Hello, hello, it's Rebecca, and today I am going to be talking to my business women who are feeling a little bit overwhelmed. So if that's you, go to talkwithbecky.com and let's get that overwhelm reduced together. My ladies, this is a little coffee talk for us today because I wanted to address the fact that International Women's Day recently passed, and I wanted to acknowledge that because for me, International Women's Day is daily. It's not an annual thing, it's daily. And I wanted to celebrate women in business and empower those individuals such as myself that take the leap of faith, go into business for themselves, and still maintain everything else in their world. So if you are new to my community, welcome. My name is Rebecca Eunis, and I basically help business women turn their businesses into well-oiled machines so that they can enjoy personal and financial freedom, but not the way you might exactly think. So my clients come to me because they seek to obtain balance in their personal worlds and their own personal well-being, as well as with their family and running a business. And what I find is that they basically tell me that they feel so overwhelmed and stressed that it's like they chase 1 minute into the next minute into the next minute. But most of the time they do feel somewhat successful because their business is sustaining itself. They may be taking a paycheck. They get to take some vacations throughout the year. They get to go to the softball games and the soccer games and be there for their children. But yet, in the back of their head, everything is still turning. They still feel like they are on that hamster wheel, chasing. 1 minute to the next minute to the next minute. And not really ever taking a step back to enjoy any of it. It's always a constant blur. They're always thinking about where their next step is going to be, right? So they can't even enjoy where they are today. So if you feel that way at all, if that overwhelm is there for you, go to talkwithbecky.com and schedule a non-committal chit-chat with me directly, and let's get you back on the road to recovery, as I like to put it, because I completely understand where you're coming from. And I want to validate you that your feelings of overwhelm and stress and the all the time are real. They're real. And you're not alone. There are a lot of other people, a lot of other women, career women and business women alike, deal with that on a daily basis. But how do some of us deal better than others? Right? Because that's what you see. You see around that like some women are handling it better than others, and you scratch your head and say, what is wrong with me? One key factor that makes this all work is organization, but not organization in the sense of which you're thinking. It's not just about having a calendar and a day planner and putting everything in it. It's not just about that. It goes a little bit further. So just a little bit about how I can relate to this is that back in the day when I was struggling with the overwhelm and being on the treadmill of life, I had 3 businesses, 2 children, a husband, a house, and my own personal wellness to take care of. And it just literally snowballed out of control. And I always thought I had control. I always thought that I had everything planned out and everything was good and whatever. But what I noticed was that when I was at my office or at one of our businesses, I wasn't 100% present there because my head was, are my kids okay? Is everything okay with the girls when they were babies, when they were home and my mom was watching them or Eric was with them, but still I was worried about them, or I had guilt that I wasn't there. And then when I was there with them, when it was my turn to be mommy, I was guilty that I wasn't at the office. And I wasn't running my team, or I wasn't talking to my other business partners, or doing my job there. And then what's the first thing to fall off when you're completely overwhelmed and you feel like you have no time is your health and wellness, right? That's what falls off. And so here I am juggling bowling balls from falling out of the sky. And one night during a very busy tax season at 2:30 in the morning in my home office, it all came crashing down. All the bowling balls fell to the ground. All the plates stopped spinning on the sticks and crashed. And I had a meltdown. I had a crash down. My health and wellness wasn't there. I just, I couldn't get that workout in. And for me, that was so difficult because I am a health and wellness geek. And so health and wellness isn't just about a workout and eating right. It's about mental wellness. It's about feeling good about you on the inside and feeling good about the connections and the relationships that you have on the external side of the business. And I didn't have any of that. I just was all in business, and when I wasn't there, I was with the kids, and when I wasn't with the kids, I was like all over the place. And so for me, I figured out that something had to give, and fortunately, like nothing could come off my plate at that point. Nothing. I had 3 businesses. I couldn't get rid of a business. I had a husband, wasn't going to get rid of him, and I had 2 children. So something had to happen where I could handle this and be who I wanted to be. Like I wanted that feeling of empowerment that I was an independent woman. And I think that the hardest part of my crash down was owning it and telling my husband that I was not handling it because I felt defeated and I felt unsuccessful. And I know a lot of women that come to me where we work through this and help them get their businesses and their situated in the right way where it's profitable, generating financial freedom, but also generating that personal freedom, is that they feel the same way. And so what I discovered was that it wasn't just through organization, it was through systems, okay, that actually developed and grew my business to exponential levels and made my life easier, if that makes any sense. So with the right systems in place, you can achieve personal and financial freedom. So if you feel as though you're there, like you need to balance that off, or you need to figure out what is missing in my business that's not letting me generate the personal freedom, go to talkwithbecky.com. I want to help you. As a fellow female entrepreneur, we are an alliance. We have to stick together and help one another figure this out, because being a woman in my world, I am responsible for so many other lives around me. My husband is a wonderful, wonderful husband, a fantastic father. He does more than most any man I've ever, encountered, as far as with the kids in the house, the whole thing. He's not too proud to help me. But at the end of the day, I am the CEO of the house, no matter how you look at it. Everybody turns, have you ever seen that meme that's like, when you ask mom goes down the list of things, and when you ask dad, he's like, go ask your mother. But that's the real deal, because I have 2 girls, and I'm building independent women. I'm building young girls that are going to survive on their own, right? And so Eric's first instinct is to be dad. So a lot of times he's like, defer to mom. Just go ask your mother. But that's more on top, right? So even though he's always helps and always does everything and anything for us, I'm still 80% of that with the girls. They're always, mom, my phone's going off. As a matter of fact, while I'm filming this, they're texting me. They're texting me, and I can see the notifications coming through. So it's just the way it is most times, right? And I'm just talking on a global platform. Sometimes it's not this way, but for me it was. And I wanted it to be. I never wanted to push that aside. So I've figured it out, and I work through systems. And I'm willing to share how you can work through those systems and have it all. Because a lot of times we think we can't have it all. We have to run a business, and we have to take care of our family, so our personal health and wellness doesn't need to be there. We can put ourselves to the back of the line. No, that is not acceptable. That is not why we're doing what we're doing. So please go to talkwithbecky.com. Let's set up a complimentary call and just see if our systems can help you develop your own systems in your business to make it generate the financial freedom and the personal freedom that you originally signed up for. And let's celebrate women together, all right?